Cyber risk is always changing, so we as cybersecurity professionals always need to adapt and learn, and it's a continuous process. Right now, strategy is for CISOs or leaders within their industry. The relationship now is how do they talk to the board? Now that the boards are becoming more involved, our job is to turn in there and build that strategy on how do you report up? What metrics do you report up to the board? Because they're the ones who you have to answer to at the end of the day. It's not the CIO, it's not the CFO, it's really at the end of the day, it's the board. And that's a challenging because a CISO doesn't have to be technical anymore. It's really about the business acumen. Having the technical background is important, but it's educating them on what to say, how to say it. Privacy's changing the conversations a lot. So we have a responsibility all the way up to the board to protect the environment. So there's a lot of variables that are different based on the environment, but there's a lot of commonalities that we can leverage based on our experience. When you look at GRC, that's the governance over how a company runs its entire program. It's no longer security by design, it's really privacy by design, the way the industry as a whole is moving. And then with the risk side is how it changes, and it's continuous and it's always moving. What is your risk as a company? You're only going to spend the dollars where your biggest risks are. So if you don't know what they are, then how do you protect yourself? With the cloud, with third-party risk management, it changes the entire landscape. It's no longer, here's my perimeter, and that's all I have to worry about. Your perimeter is the internet because you're expanding out to the cloud. It's all the third parties that you do business with now have access into your environment. Well, what information do they touch? Because privacy requires you to know where your data is, who has access to it. So the GRC really gives you that umbrella to be able to answer those questions, to be able to say compliance isn't just a checkbox anymore. Compliance is having a program, having a strategy, and making sure you're following it. And that's what our job is, to work with our clients to be able to put that program together so it's sustainable. It's easy to meet compliance and say you're compliant. How do you sustain that through the long run? Because it's not going anywhere. Privacy and all the regulations are going to continue. And so our goal is to build a program that you don't have to modify it for something new. You want to be able to have a program that no matter what comes down the pipe, you're already compliant. You might have to make a modification or something simple, but you don't have to build something new. So our job is to set up our clients for success. If you have a good foundation, if you introduce security and privacy early into the process, and which was where MorganFranklin will help you identify that, our job is to really fit in there to understand that not every environment is the same. It's about how we can provide you a solution, how we can help you not only meet compliance, how do you sustain it in the long run? Because you're safe today, you may be vulnerable tomorrow.